Wait, Nick Young isn't famous for his basketball career? Let's take a look. Memes have become a crucial part of our world, and there's not any other sport that we have gotten greater memes from than basketball. And obviously, the NBA is also home to some of the most classic memes in the world and of all time. So without further ado, let's jump in and look at 4 NBA players that were made into memes. At number 4, Lance Stephenson. Lance Stephenson consistently gives his all whenever he's out there on the floor, although there was one specific moment that started his fame. He has a pretty interesting NBA career playing with various teams, and he also has a unique style of play. But back in 2014, Lance Stephenson was part of the Indiana Pacers, a team that made it to the Eastern Conference Finals in the playoffs, and during that round, were going up against the Miami Heat. Stephenson was dealing with the toughest task of his entire career, and that was guarding LeBron James. That year, LeBron was on an absolute tear, looking nearly unstoppable, so he had to come up with something out of the ordinary to try to slow him down, and he tried his best with it too. Throughout the series, Lance was constantly spotted messing around, and he was trying to do whatever it took to get into LeBron's head. But in Game 5 of the series, Lance did something that turned into one of the biggest memes of the last decade, and also one of the oddest on-court altercations in NBA history. The cameras ended up catching a close-up shot of Lance Stephenson blowing into LeBron's ears. James was so confused, and he laughed knowing what this was about, and because of how many people watched LeBron so closely, Lance Stephenson himself became a sensation overnight. Obviously, what he did was weird, so during an interview afterwards with The Score, Stephenson was asked about the situation with him blowing on LeBron. And Stephen said, quote, "I don't regret it, but sometimes I look at it like, why did I do that? What made me do that?" Later in the interview, Stephenson admitted, quote, "I was really trying to get him mad. I was really trying to win the game, and I was trying to get him to be unfocused. I was trying anything, but you do something to somebody and they don't respond, and they keep continuing to play hard. It's like you know, how do I get into this guy's head? I was just trying to find whatever I could do." LeBron James was obviously unfazed by the altercation by Lance Stephenson, but hey, the whole situation made for a great meme overall. At number 3, Shaquille O'Neal. With Shaq being known as one of the most dominant big men the league has ever seen, he's done a few things in his career that'll be remembered forever. But since retirement, Shaq has still continued to be in the eyes of NBA fans because of his unique personality that has led him to become being memed so much. We've gotten to see the funnier side of his personality many times. He has done so many things that have made us laugh out loud, but the most prominent one is during a YouTube episode of Hot Ones. Shaq was on as the guest, where he was asked various questions about his life and his career. What ended up happening is Shaq made a surprised facial expression that turned into the popular surprise Shaq meme that we've all seen today. On March 14th, 2019, the popular YouTube channel First We Feast released a brand new video titled, quote, "Shaq tries not to make a face while eating super spicy wings." Obviously, the title speaks for itself, but after every question asked, the chicken wings kept getting hotter. And within 12 days, the video went viral, pulling in 10 million views. Shaq ended up making a bunch of facial expressions during the interview, but what got everyone's attention was the thumbnail of this video. This is where the internet took the reaction image and ran with it, creating various memes that we still see today. Not gonna lie, I love Shaq, and he's given us some of the best memes of the decade, and that's just one of them. At number 2, Nick Young. Nick Young was a solid role player during his time with the Lakers, but his off-court antics are what led him to be such a celebrity. Being Swaggy P, he always came in wearing one-of-a-kind outfits, and of course played with a different swagger that anybody else had. And that's what shaped his personality on and off the court. But something happened back in 2014 that changed his career forever. At that point in time, Nick was playing for the LA Lakers, and he proved himself day in and day out, and doing so, Young re-signed with the Lakers. He actually signed a 4-year, $21 million deal, and the next day, Nick Young hit the internet, and no, he didn't become a sensation overnight for that deal, but it was because Casey Athena uploaded a new video for her web series called Through the Lens, which featured a day in the life of NBA star Nick Young. Now, during the video, Nick made the weirdest facial expression when his mom claimed that he was a clown during his teenage years. I mean, just look at him. And hence this meme was created because of his reaction to his mother. Later during an interview with House of Highlights on YouTube, Young gave his own reaction to the meme, and he said that she was filming a day in the life of Swaggy P, and she put that moment up and he had no idea that it was going to blow up.
Her, I think, just following me around.
Yeah.
We did like a tour, a day in the life of Swaggy P, and she just put that one moment out there. I didn't think it was gonna blow up. I didn't know.
Then during the interview, they went on to talk about the video that was posted on Instagram, catching Nick Young reacting to his meme live at the Staples Center. Now, back in 2016, the Lakers were hosting the Clippers at the Staples Center, and a fan got Young's attention, and the fan ended up showing Nick Young his old meme on his phone, and Nick Young saw it and lost it. I think the video was posted within 24 hours. It pulled in over 298,000 views, and even though Nick's in retirement now, he'll always be recognized because of this meme, and that hit the internet 6 years ago with people still using it for reactions today. And finally, at number 1, LeBron and J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith has been known for his on and off the court antics for many years now. We saw him walk off the court to dabble with players in the opposing bench, untie players' shoes when shooting free throws, and of course ruining the Cavaliers' NBA Finals back in Game 1 of the 2018 Finals. J.R. Smith was a questionable player alongside LeBron James, who was in the process of setting the bar higher and higher each season coming into the 2018 playoffs, and many argue that we were witnessing the greatest LeBron we've ever seen. He absolutely carried the Cavs, who were looking so uncomfortable the entire year, through teams like the Pacers, Raptors, and Celtics during the 2018 postseason, and beating all of them. He got some of the best performances of his entire career at that time, and heading into the finals, nobody knew what to expect from James or his teammates, who looked to not be enough to take down the stacked Golden State team. In the championship series, the Cavs had the opportunity of a lifetime to go up 1-0 to the Warriors at Oracle Arena. But I can't ask you what happened in the final remaining seconds, where Cleveland was trailing by just 1 point when LeBron passed the ball to George Hill, who was fouled, and got 2 free throws with 5 seconds remaining that would make the first free throw to tie the game, and everyone was watching the score. But when Hill missed the second free throw, JR would end up with the rebound, where you'd think he'd put up a shot, or at least call a timeout. But nope, neither. Instead of trying to pass the ball to an open teammate or literally make any other decision, Smith would dribble the ball to nearly half court going the wrong way, and LeBron pointing and yelling in frustration, and JR quickly realized something was wrong and he passed the ball as the clock expired. LeBron James has never looked so mad at his teammates in his entire career, and his reaction turned into a meme overnight. It was a huge opportunity if the Cavs had won this game, but because of this ridiculous moment, you could tell that when LeBron was sitting on the bench that he was already thinking he was heading to LA. Now, the post-game interview, JR said he was aware that the game was tied, saying, quote, "I was trying to get enough people to bring it out and get a shot off, and I knew we were tied. I thought we were going to call a timeout. If I thought we were ahead, I would have held onto the ball and let them foul me." Even LeBron cut his interview short because of all the reporters asking him what happened in the final seconds, and that turned into a meme as well. A reporter kept asking him if he knew what JR was thinking, and he eventually grabbed his bag and just walked out. Well, that's it for today, guys. Let us know which meme on this list is your favorite in the comments down below. And thank you for watching this video of Triple Double Nation. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next time.